Welcome to the show, No Joker. This is your host, King Cass, and let's get started. Today's topic is going to be a lot of things. It's going to be a lot of things that's just on my mind. A lot of events happened this week. A lot of tragedies happened, and this got me thinking a little bit. And I hope it got you thinking too. But come with me. Come on this journey, and we're gonna get through this together, step by step. Every topic that comes from my head is all freestyle. So today, I'm gonna focus on why we play the blaming game. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I mean about that. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna dive in deep. Yeah, we're gonna do surgery on this one. It's gonna be real. This episode is gonna be real. Thank you for all my followers. Y'all grown by the minute. Thank you for all my people who like. Keep pressing that like button. Keep pressing that like button. Like. You know that shot? You know that song? Shots. Like. And let's go. But before we get started, I wanna give a R.I.P. to a rapper that honestly I never heard of his name. Never heard of him at all until he died. A rapper by the name of Money Gang Vontae. He's originally was from Chicago, and he moved out to LA, and you know what I mean, he became an LA drill rapper. And he did the most craziest thing. Something that anybody that's really from the hood with logical thought wouldn't really do. He booked a hotel. You know, in New York, you know, you got two airports. Both the airports is in one borough. And it's not the Bronx. He got killed in the Bronx. But when you book a hotel, well, and you search the area, I know everybody's not going to go, okay, is this area safe? This area is not safe. But what he did was it's mind-blowing. He wanted to do a music video. He's a drill rapper. He comes into town with him and one person with jewelry on, whether the jewelry's fake or not fake. When the Somalians see gold or anything that look like gold, they coming after you, because it's people that's really, they starving out there, and they gonna come get you. You know, it's just part of how the Somalians do. It's the Somalian code. He booked a hotel in one of the worstest sections of the Bronx. Maybe not the worst, but it's in a part of the Bronx where things go on. Crime happens on a daily. And I don't know if it was a hotel or an Airbnb, but wherever he was staying at, it was a pharmacy right there, and he went across the street to the pharmacy, or maybe it was on the same block, I don't know, to go get eye drops, and he got ambushed by 5 characters. I saw the mug shots. They look hungry. Them boys look hungry. I mean, for you to be in America and the mug shots, a few of them look like they're over 40. At least 3 of them look like they're over 40, or over 35, and it just points to the laziness in America. I mean, these dudes look bad, bad, bad. They look bad. Those are the type of dudes that if I saw myself in the time that I am now, I'm in a different time zone, mentally. The back in the day me, I would have, did whatever. But the new me, I would have went across the street. Or as soon as I see dudes like that, I go the other way, because their day is only about messing your day up. They're not about any progress in any way. Oh man, them dudes look bad. Bad. How can you be in America and blame everything? You blame this, you blame that, you blame. You've been here for your whole life. You got water, you got electricity. You could go get some sneakers for $10. We got Payless. You go get a white tee, a shirt for $5, and I mean, this is America. I mean, you want a suit for an interview, you go to the hand-me-down store. You go get a tie for $2, a button-up shirt for $5. I mean, there's really no excuses no more. But to not get too much off a topic, they look bad. Like 5 bums. 5 bums trying to rob the king. Well, in their mind, he was like a king. He just came out, went in the pharmacy, minding his own business. From what I hear, they came up to him like, "Yo, you got any you want any weed?" He probably was like, "Nah, I'm good." But you gotta get into the psyche of these criminals. They didn't really want to sell him no weed. They just wanted to know where he was from, so they wanted him to say something so they could hear his accent. And of course he had mostly an LA accent, or like an in-between Chicago to LA accent. And they already knew he was fooled. From right there, he was fooled. Because in their brains, it's like, oh, this dude from out of town. We got ourselves a free kill. Nobody around the neighborhood gonna be looking for us. But they gotta worry about police. You don't think police gonna investigate you? They robbed him. Nobody had a mask on. Nobody had gloves on. It was like a random spur of a moment type of situation. Wow. I saw the video, and I hope nobody on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube show that video. It's bad. It's bad. And it just it just gives you a reminder to stay away from the hood. They shot that boy 7 times in the chest. And then the boy that shot him, he looked down at him and gave him one more shot before he left. That was number 7. So 6 times they shot him standing up, and then one right before he left. That's how you know they did it before. That's how you know they have so much hate in their heart over somebody they don't even know. They mad at him because he didn't want to give it up so easily. It's sad, man. I'm telling you, man. Black men, brown man, light-skinned man. We don't like each other, man. I'm telling you. We do not like each other. We the new Ku Klux Klan. When I come out the house, which is in a suburban area, but when I drive through the hood, I mean, everybody to me is like, you might as well just put a Ku Klux Klan mask over their head, because that's all I see. That's all I see. You could get out, go to the corner store, dude could be like, yo, you got lighter? I look at him, all I see is a Ku Klux Klan mask. Because then it'll go from a lighter to, yo, you got $1? Hey, yo, give me everything in your pocket. Yo, we don't like each other. We don't. I'm telling you, we cursed, man. There's a curse. There's a spell over us. And there's no way to reverse it. It's sad. Really sad. I mean, like for instance, when you go to a club, right? And you in the club, you jamming, you listen to music. There's a lot of girls there. Girls looking all type of complexions, all type of hair colors. You know how they do, red, blue, pink. All type of lip gloss shining. My lip gloss is popping. Eyebrows, eyelashes out like this. Be a whole bunch of girls in the club. And a lot of times you in your zone. You just looking, you peeping the scene, you trying to eye down like 2 or 3, 4, maybe 5 chicks that you like, alright, I'm gonna potentially spit my game with her. Alright, when she go to the bar, I'm gonna see if I could get her. Alright, right now she with 3 of her friends. I'm gonna see if she, kind of separate herself for a minute. I could go in there and slide on her. Like, you're strategizing your whole game in the spot. That's what all guys do. And then you look at the corner of your eye, you look away. You look in the corner of your eye, you look away. You're like, yo, why these dudes keep looking at me? I don't get it. You in a spot, you go to the club to have fun. Most men, I don't judge. Most men, most heterosexual men go to the club to eye down and talk to and follow and just have a good time with women. Why is there always a few dudes that's eyeing you down? You looking at the girls, you have nothing else on your mind. You're not thinking about hating on nobody. You're not thinking about taking nothing for nobody. Unless you're taking some nice things home, some nice females home. You're not thinking about war. You're not thinking about nothing negative. All you're thinking about is, dad, finding yourself a baddie for the night. Or maybe a baddie for the month. Or maybe, hey, you could find a baddie for the rest of your life. Why those dudes right there? They just looking at you. The girls walking past them. They walking past them. Long legs, shiny legs, brown legs, light skin legs, all high heels, long skinny heels, short heels, whatever the heels are. Some girls go to the club with sandals. I don't know why, but they don't even see the girls. They just looking at you. You got your jewels on, whatever you got on, your watch, whatever. They just watching you. It's sad, yo. We have so much hate for each other. I mean, it's sad. In other cultures, like the Jewish man, he see another Jewish man doing good, looking good. He look like he, higher status than him. He'll go up to that Jewish man and go, yo, they speaking their own language. He's trying to get advice like, yo, wait, like, ooh, what, yo, you own these properties? Jewish man like, yeah, I own these properties. I saved up and, I lived in an apartment for a while, and, cause apartment is more cheaper than, getting something that you don't own, because when you don't really have when you work in a regular job, it's hard to pay for mortgage, property tax, electricity, gas. You got to pay for all of that. Home insurance. It's hard. So, giving them advice like, yeah, I lived in an apartment, saved up, and, I bought a duplex, lived in one of the duplexes, saved up, bought another duplex, and then I bought my big giant house. The Jewish man go to another Jewish man for advice. He not coming up to him like, yo, these your houses, man? Yo, go in there, yo. Let me get those documents. What else you got in your pocket? When you live in a neighborhood and Caucasian man walk out his house, you're in the suburbs, looking at his nice, beautiful lawn, and you come out your house, whether you white, black, Asian, you in the suburbs, so it's a different type of thinking. You come out your house, you look at your neighbor, you like, hey, Billy, I see you got yourself a new Benz there. What year is that? Oh yeah, Mike, I got it this year. I just bought it last week. You're like, oh man, what's the payments? What's the percentage rate? How did you what money did you have to move around in order to squeeze that into? They getting advice from each other because they trying to learn from each other. Like, dang, how can I get that? And then the next week, the same neighbor that was asking, now he got the same Benz, maybe a better Benz. But in the black community, we see and we want it right now, and we want yours. That's the thinking. Oh, he got the Benz, he got the chain, he got this, he got that. Yeah, I want it. I want it. I want it, but I want his. I don't want to work for it. I want his right now. Don't make any sense. Why would you? What's the joy of taking something that's not yours and committing the most greatest sin for it and spending the rest of your life in jail? Or maybe you don't get caught for the first 2 weeks, maybe the month. Why would you want to live your life? Because murder don't go away. It's forever. There's no statute of limitations. They could look for you from when you're 15, and if you live all the way to your 100, they would even lock you up when if they didn't catch you from when you was 15 and they caught you when you were 100, you still gonna you getting locked up too. It doesn't matter. Murder's murder. They look for you. They could look for you for a long time. Why put yourself through that? Doesn't make any sense at all. It's a shame. We do not like each other. I recommend that we should stay away from each other. The more you stay away from that mentality of type of black man and brown man and light-skinned man, whatever you want to call it, the better you be. The safer you'll be. The safer your family will be. Just stay away from them. Stay away. Don't get up in a circle. You know, keep them from a distance. Watch them when they get on the news. They usually come on 9 o'clock. They always doing something wrong. It's a shame. It's a shame that even in Chicago with that rapper FBG Cash that got murdered, he got murdered 5:30 in the morning. But then we always go back to, nah, we not here because of this. Nah, we didn't make it because of this. We always blame other people. We blame other systems. We blame this, we blame that. I don't see the Jews blaming like, oh no, we can't become lawyers. We can't become construction architects. We can't become doctors because of the Holocaust. Nah, we can't. Nah, because of the Holocaust. I don't see them. They not blaming the Holocaust. They just not. I understand. It's a difference. Yeah. But they realize that most of the people that was in the Holocaust is not alive. So if you wasn't in slavery, why is it bothering you so much? The new generation of Jews, they're not stressed over the Holocaust because they didn't experience the Holocaust. They're learning what happened during the time of the Holocaust, but they didn't experience it. Most black people are learning about slavery. They didn't really experience it. Yes, it's still little versions of mental slavery still, you know, in the system. But it's not as big as slavery. During slavery, black people was like this because they was scared. They couldn't really attack each other because that's all they had was each other. It's like, yo, Bobby, yo, hide behind the trees. Hey, yo, Angelica, yo, get the wood. They worked as a team. They was escaping, running. They didn't want to be hung. They didn't want to be shot. Now it's all reversed. Now we running from each other. We went from this to this. It's sad, man. It's sad. But not to get off topic, with the situation in Chicago with FBG Cash, he got murdered 5:30 in the morning. Most dudes don't even want to. When you ask most young brothers in the inner city, like, yo, you gotta be at work at 6. Yo, man, that means I gotta get up at like 5:30. Yo, y'all don't get up that early. You see how they get up for what they want? Something that they love to do. Something that don't benefit them. They could drive around from 1 in the morning all the way to 6 in the morning looking for ops. Nobody's tired. They up. They energized. They looking for ops. They looking for people to rob. They looking for. That's when the demons come out. They come. That's the hours. But they don't want to get up to go to work. Soon as you take them same demons and you be like, yo, I got y'all a job. Yeah, start 6:30 in the morning. You see all of them will go, oh man, yo, that means I ain't gonna get no sleep all day. But meanwhile, they hunting all night by choice. They hunting all night. They not worrying about sleep. Now all of a sudden they don't care about sleep. They're hunting. It's different. If you ask them, it's like, yo, you don't want to wake up 5:30 in the morning to go to work, but you want to catch FBG Cash early in the morning at 5:30 to murder him for no reason at all because he's moving up in life. Wow. I see why some people say, yo, don't call me a Black American. I get it. A lot of people, man, they be like, yo, don't call me Black American. Yo, I'm from the Barbados. I'm from Guyana. Yo, I'm from Africa. Yo, I'm from Virgin Islands. Don't call me, yo, I don't want to be called Black American. Yo, please don't put that label on me. It's a lot of black people like that. Not saying that islanders don't commit crime here. Of course they do. But a lot of the ignorance and a lot of stupidity, man, statistically, that come from Black Americans. And that's a fact. A fact. I'm from the hood. Let me tell you. The biggest people who should be getting the blame are the parents. This should be like a law that says, like, yo, if you have a son and your son is under 18, you don't know where he's at majority of the day. He's out doing whatever he want all day, and he ends up killing someone else's kid. You should be held for negligence. You're responsible for that child until you're 18. You should be held for negligence. But because they're not held for negligence, they out with their boyfriends, they out finessing dudes all night, finessing dudes all day, trying to get their hair done, trying to get that new car they want, trying to get their rent paid. They finessing all day. Meanwhile, their sons is in the streets all day. Nobody takes responsibility. They get a phone call like, oh, he locked up again? Oh God, about to go on a date. Okay, I'll be there. Oh, this bad. This boy's so bad. He's not bad. You're a bad parent. A lot of times it's not the son, it's you. And a lot of them come from single parent homes. Single parent female homes. And that's a fact. That is an absolute fact. Why, man? Why? Why the parents don't get blamed? Nobody want to take the blame for somebody else's mistake. Even if it's the person was raised under the same household as them, under their rule, still don't want to take the blame. Sad. Sad. I notice on a lot on TikTok that I even see the parents in the videos of a lot of kids doing the sturdy dance. You know the sturdy dance? That's the drill rapping dance that they made up in New York. It represents the death of somebody. It represents gang culture. It represents the demons taking the soul of somebody else. It's a celebration dance of another op that got killed. And I see these TikTok videos and I'm just like, wow. Wow. It's the same equivalent as doing the Crip dance or doing the blood dance. You're celebrating the gang. But the sturdy dance is worse because you're not only celebrating the gang, but this dance is designed to celebrate the death of a particular op. And I see babies doing it on TikTok, teenagers. I see the parents right behind them like, go, do the sturdy, do the sturdy, do the sturdy, do the sturdy. You're doing the death dance. You're doing the sturdy dance on TikTok like it's fun? Wow. I know a lot of those people on TikTok, they probably never been to the hood, don't know what the hood is about. They far away somewhere in the royal areas, suburbs. So they just, they see it, it looks fun, and they doing it. But everything you see, you shouldn't copy. I mean, the sturdy dance, it's not the Macarena. You're not going like something we do at the bar. It's a gang dance that represents the death of somebody. You're making fun of the dead when you do the sturdy dance. You're making fun of the dead. I'm sure a lot of people out there don't understand that. And that's probably why they do it, because they don't understand. I'm sure some people watching this video right now, they like, what did he just say? That's a death dance? Probably some parents like, whoa. Oh, Kimmy, I don't want you doing that dance no more. Billy, if I see that goddamn knees go side to side while you're bending down, talking about sturdy, do the sturdy, do the sturdy, I'm going to whoop that tail. A lot of parents don't even know. Your kids are doing the death dance. Wow. It's sad. One time I was on TikTok, and that's why I brought up this topic. And my homegirl was with me. We chilling, we vibing. And we on TikTok, we scrolling. And it was some kids like they was doing like the sturdy dance challenge. And she grabbed my phone. She said, "No, next." And I was like, "Oh shit, dang, what happened?" She was like, "Yo, like that's celebrating death." Like, I said, "Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true, but it looked entertaining." She said, "Oh, it looks entertaining. Yeah. Some gang members killed my brother just like that, and that's what they did after they killed my brother. They entertained themselves doing the sturdy dance." And I looked at her, I'm like, damn. I said, yeah, you're right. This is a deaf dance. I looked at my phone and she put me on something that I already knew, but she enlightened me. And that's what life is about. A life is about progressing in a positive upward movement and learning from others and being enlightened. If you don't know what being enlightened means, it's like a light bulb goes off in your head and you get a different view of, different topics and, things that you may understand, but you've been enlightened. It became brighter for you. So just want to shout out to my homegirl for that. So if you out there doing the sturdy dance, sit down. Stop representing death. Stop it. It's a lot of young boys in jail right now because they did the same dance because they did something very violent before they did that dance. And they probably never going to see the light of day again. Don't get caught up. Sad, man. Sad. And I'm shocked TikTok even allows that. It's funny how if you say certain things on platforms like if you say SIMP, y'all know what that is, you'll get banned. But you could say other words. You could say the N word. You could say the B word. You could say the P word. You could say so many other derogatory words. But if you say that SIMP, they gonna ban you. Why is that? Y'all never thought about that? Why is that word a word that they're so sensitive on? So many different cultures get violated by derogatory words. So many females get violated by certain words. But if you say that word, they abandon you. Because that particular group of people, they keep the economy booming. They're the reason why a lot of pocketbooks get bought. A lot of shoes get bought. A lot of a lot of female high designer, clothing get bought. A lot of perfumes get bought in America. A lot of fancy cars get bought. A lot of fancy high-end shoes, high-heel shoes get bought off of the SIMPs. That's why they're banned you, because before anything in the United States, the economy comes first. You could murder, you could do this, you could do that, you could do this, you could do that. They give you 20, you do a plea, they give you 20 to life. That means you could get out in 20 years. Give you 15 to 60. You could get out in 15. If you violate, you stay in the rest of your term. But if you mess with the economy, you get 5 consecutive life terms. Don't play with the economy. And people always want to blame and blame and blame and blame, but never want to blame themselves. You know when you do something bad in life, and some people go, yo, like, how was your household? The psychiatrist will ask you, how was your household? That's the first question the psychiatrist will ask. Because as somebody who is educated in that field of psychiatry, she understands that every root to a long stem of problems that develop into a tree comes from the root of the home. Did you come from a single parent home? Did you come from a violent home? Did you come from a neglected home, a home where you was in a house majority by yourself? Did you come from a alcoholism home? Was your mother a drinker? Did you come from a drug addicted home? Everything comes from home. In our community, we always like to blame the system. Oh no, it's the governor. Oh no, it's the mayor. Oh no, it's the councilman. But nobody want to blame the mother, the father. They're the root of all the problems. They're the root. They're the root that made the stem that formed the tree. Sad. You know, a lot of mothers, especially in single parent homes, they be proud of their son. When their son in the hood got the block on lock, he doing this, they doing that. She be like, yo, don't mess with my son. Don't mess with my son. It's like she's proud of her son. But soon as her son get killed, she start to crying. Of course, it's her son. I get it. And then she start, oh, he was such a good boy. He was such a good boy. But just a few weeks ago, she was like, yo, my son no joke. Yo, my son no joke. Be those same ghetto moms. They're the root of the problem, and they don't even see it. Your son is not your friend. Your son is not your husband. Your son is not your boyfriend. Your son is your son. You're supposed to raise him to be better. Not raise him to be worse. You know, you got some moms that they have like 5 kids. They have like five sons, right? And this thing's killing my ear. And out of those 5 sons, 4 of them dead. Who are you gonna blame? Unless they died like in a car accident, they always together in a car, or they died from, accidental events. That's different. But I'm talking about if they died from street violence that they partook into. Who was to blame? The governor? The Republicans? The police? Everybody will blame everybody else but the parent. I see it all the time. I watch the news religiously, and I see it. I see the people advocating for them, like, yeah, her son died because of the system. Her son died because of that councilman that got voted in last week. Her son died because of the presidential elections. They come up with all these reasons of why her son died. Or why all 4 of her sons, 4 out of the 5 died. They come up with tons of reasons. But the real reason is because of her. The mother. It's sad. Sad. I mean, in the black community, in the brown community, and when I say black and brown community, I'm talking about the black community and the Hispanic community. I don't want y'all to get it mixed up. It's the same community. They play a very popular game that they're very good at. It's the one game that brown minorities they're good at. They could beat anybody in the world at it. They could beat the Asians at this game. They could beat the Jews at the game. They could beat the Italians at the game, which Jews and Italians are technically minorities. They got spit on. They got shitted on. When they came off those boats, the Jews, the Italians, and the Irish, when they came off them boats, and the Asians, in the early days of America, they was looked at like, what are you doing here? They was hated on. They was spit at. The old heads would tell you, the old head Italians, the old head Irish, the old head Jews, they'll tell you. They was spit at. Soon as they walked off the ship in Ellis Island in New York, they was getting rocks thrown at them. They got hung too. But they better at the game than all of them. All of them. Nobody could beat the black minorities at this game. And that game is called the blaming game. They're 100-0. They undefeated at this game. Nobody could beat black Americans, people of color, colored minorities, whatever how you want to call it. Nobody could beat them at the blaming game. They are the best at it. They are national champions. They are international champions. They are world champions at this game. If you could argue with anybody with that ignorant mindset, and they'll come up with all type of stuff. Oh, now, what about the Republicans, yo? Yo, what about the councilman? Nah, what about that police that shot that dude because they thought he had a gun 5 years ago? They'll blame all type of stuff. Yo, what about O.J. Simpson case? What about Amadou Balablo, the dude who got shot a whole bunch of times in New York? I don't know how to pronounce his name. They'll blame everything. They'll come up with everything. Yo, what about Fox News? What about you? What about the parents? These kids are coming out of a home of despair. The community is already in despair. And then when you come out of a home of despair, despair equals despair. That's 2 despairs. Come on, do the math. Now, if you live in an area of hope, if you live in an area of despair and you live in a home of hope, of integrity, a home of discipline, then the equation may not come out to despair. Because now you have a balance. Now when you leave that home of hope and you come out into the world of despair, now you know how to maneuver through the negative energy. You know? You hopscopping, you dipping, you jumping. You know how to move through it. Your choices will be better because life is all about choices. Choices is what put most people in the situation they're in. I'm not perfect. I made bad choices. We all make bad choices. But there has to come a time where you learn from your bad choices. How long are you going to keep making bad choices and making excuses and blaming? You're blaming everybody. You was born 2010 and you're blaming slavery. You was born 1998 and you're blaming slavery. You was born 1980 and you're blaming slavery. If you was born 1983, by the time you even start being aware of certain things, and it's not until you goddamn in pre-K. So that means it's 1986, 1987. Like, slavery ended 1865. Most of those people's not here with us anymore. Those are the only people that could say, nah, it's because of slavery, man. That's why. But even those people rose above and made themselves stronger. If most of those people, if they became better people when it was around that time, that 1880, that 1890, how you in 1990 something, 1970 something, you born 2000, how are you affected by that? When they wasn't even affected by it as much. They fought against it and they became better. A lot of black people started to take advantage and started to go to school and, you know, started to become doctors. And that's how, around that time, you had a lot of black inventors and black doctors and, you know, all type of black high professions. Because they wanted to be better. Now that we got the opportunity, now you could just go to any school and be like, yo, let me sign, I want to be a lawyer, blah, 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 da, da, da. Your family may not be doing good economically, so they got certain things in place that can help you. But nobody wants to do that no more. The poor just want to rob the poor all day. All day. And white people, they stay at home. They at home just laughing like, damn, Billy's. That's all they do is rob each other, huh? Hey, make sure the door's locked back there. Yeah, bring Skippy inside. Yeah, they still dogs too. Come on, they're laughing. They're laughing. The poor robbing the poor all day long. 24 hours. 24 hours in a day. You got time to get up, take a shower, you know, format your day like, okay, how can I get school started? Okay, if I want to design these t-shirts, you got all day to think about different things to do, but from Monday to Friday and 365, all you want to do is get up and rob other poor people, destroy other poor people lives. Sad, man. It's really sad. Really sad. You know. Then they go with the police. We don't kill each other. The police do. I heard some advocator saying it on the news one day. Oh man, I had to drop my head. I had to like. I just fell down and started laughing, cause he said, we don't kill each other. The police do. You see how ignorant we are. We don't blame each other for nothing. For nothing. Young boy did running down the street with a gun, police shoot and kill him in Chicago. They riot because the police shot him, not because he had the gun and just was trying to rob somebody or rob a store. They blame the police who shot him, and he's running down the street with a gun. How dull-headed can you be as a people? I mean, they sitting at home and they laughing. I go to these bars and, in Montclair and all these places. I mean, they laughing. We sit and we talk about these topics. Trust me, they're laughing. They're like, they don't understand it. They like, are they okay? And it's crazy how a lot of times, black, well, Afro-Hispanic men, though, like me, I gotta explain myself. I gotta basically help the black people kind of look a little good. But a lot of times I don't have no answers because sometimes I'll go to these places and it's not always just the Caucasians. It's people that they just don't understand the culture. A lot of times it's real suburban black dudes. That's like, why it doesn't make no sense. And me coming from I'm in the same class as them now, but me coming from the place that I came from, I'm more in tune to answer those questions, and I don't have no answers. I just be like, I don't know, sometimes, poverty, I mean, welfare, they hungry, they starving, and they did a lot of times, a lot of things that they say be right. They be like, but this is America, they're starving. You could just go to, shelter, go get food. You could go to here and get food. You could go here and get food. You go when they throw out food at McDonald's and get food. You could, they're right. I mean, this is America. I can't come up with no excuses. Like, I'll just be like, they're thirsty. Like, they're thirsty? Water? You could wait till it rain and just hold a bucket up. A water bottle costs $1. They out there doing drugs and they got all type of money for drugs, but no money for food. I can't explain that. I just can't explain it. I know people that they always got money to get high, but they never have money for their bills. That's gonna be a topic. They always have money to get high, but they never have money for their bills. It's true. I do understand that drugs, guns, they get placed in the inner city, and I believe it already been proven through the Rick Ross story. The CIA was putting guns and drugs into the urban areas. So nobody could say that, oh no, it's a lie, it's a theory, because it already been proven in history. And history always repeats itself. So of course it's still happening. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure. Drugs and guns in the inner city, I mean, I know it's being put there on purpose, but we all have a choice. Why fall for it? I mean, everybody have a choice. They use the reminders of racism to put you into a point of depression for where you pick up them drugs, you pick up those guns. It's a war, it's a mental war that's going on. It's not a racial war, it's a mental war. In the media, you got CNN, you got NBC, there's so much of them. CNN, NBC, etc. The list is long. Every day to remind you that racism exists. Don't forget, racism exists. Look what they did to the governor in Virginia, the one who just got elected. I forgot his name. They reminded you over and over. I was watching CNN. Oh, he's racist. He has a yellow jacket. Oh, he's racist. Today he has on a red jacket. That's a symbol of his anti-black union. They just made up a whole bunch of stuff. I'm watching. I'm like, wow, people fall for this? They keep reminding you that the system is always against you. And if you keep falling into that trap of being reminded, mentally, it will hold you down. That's why I say it's a mental war. There is a war. It is being done on purpose. You think they go into those boardrooms and they come up with the next episode for CNN or NBC? You think they don't strategize? They strategize. How can we get them hooked? They get you hooked, and they hope that it lasts to when you go to that voting booth, and they hope that you remember all the clips that they showed you. Oh, the Republicans, yeah, they're racist. They're racist. Yeah, they wear yellow jackets. They're racist. Yeah, they're racist. They're racist. They're racist. They're racist. They're racist. And then you just press that D. And then they just, we got them again. And then they put a whole bunch of laws in place just to keep bringing you back down. Making it seem that they bring you up. They go on these interviews. They go to Hot 97 and be like, oh yeah, well, I love chicken. You love chicken? Why is it so important for you to say that when because you know that most of the people watching are inner city youth? Most of the people watching are descendants of, or from African descent, Hispanics, blacks. Why is it important for you to say you love chicken? What else? What's the topic? Look, teach us something. They don't really have to do much. All they have to do is just keep reminding you that racists exist and that they love chicken. That's it. Some dudes be like, oh, snap, yo, the Clinton, yo, what it called, yo, she like chicken, yo, I'm voting for her. Yo, she like chicken, she get my vote, cause I like chicken, I eat chicken. Yo, matter of fact, hey, yo, son, order me 2 pieces of biscuit. Come on, man. Don't let them get you, man. Chicken. They never let you forget. They want you to hold on to that. Hold on to that. All the way to the end. To that voting booth. Don't fall for it. You know that there was a time in America that it's a fact. Most brown-skinned minorities and blacks, they voted Republican. They didn't vote Democrat. It's damn near zero. They all voted Republican. And that's because during the Civil War, well, it was before that. They've been voting Republican, but during the Civil War, the Republicans, they made what you call the Union. They called it the Federal Union. The Federal Union, and it was a group of people. It was just another word of saying Republicans. They still was Republicans. They just wanted to make like another, like, you know, this you know, like a Dyson. But the Federal Union was a group that was opposing to the Democrats, they created what was called the Confederate. The Confederate, you know, like the Confederate flag. And the Republicans made something called the Federal Union. And during the war, it was the Federal Union, which was the Republicans, and it was the Democrats, which was the Confederates, which they waved the Confederate flag. And majority of the Confederates was in the South. And that's who fought the war. And it just so happened that the Federal Union won. So it was like a big thing for the Republican Party. Black people always voted Republican. Always. Then they was tricked. Very, very, I can't lie, it was very smart what they did. But they just did a mental warfare attack. And black people fell for it. They created something that was called the welfare system. And the welfare system was supposed to be an opportunity to get people, you know, off their feet, help them out with a few things. But when they noticed that it brought in the amount of votes that satisfied them to get them in a seat every time, they kept using it, and they made it stronger, and they took Republicans was fine with it. Of course, everybody need help, but Republicans say, okay, but we need limits. We need, okay, you know, it has to be a time where they get a job and they do this and they do this. The Democrats was, they didn't want that. So it was like a clash back and forth. The Democrats saw the welfare system was bringing in the votes. They added more things in. They put more stuff into the welfare system because they noticed that it was bringing in the votes. That's all they want. They bring in the votes. They get to be in these beautiful seats. They get to become governors. They get to become, while they watch communities destroy themselves. They families living on the top of a hill, in a governor's house, in the Senate house, in the presidential house. They living good. But they know that a system of that caliber, which is a good system, don't get me wrong, people need that system, but they know that it was going to be a lot of people that was going to abuse the system, and they didn't give a hell, because they know that the system was going to keep them in the seats every time. Next 2 years pass, they put more things into the welfare system, they get voted in again. Then, later on in history, they wanted to seal the faith of the Republican Party. They didn't want the Republican Party ever to come back again. to bring stuff back and build things up and get black people back and moving. And the democratic system, they still moved in silence the same way they did when they was running with the Confederate flag, saying they didn't want slavery to end. That was what the Civil War was about. One group wanted slavery to end and wanted civil rights. The other group didn't want slavery to end and didn't want civil rights. Go look it up. Do your research. You don't got to listen to me. And it was the Democrats, Confederate. The Republicans was the Federal Union. But the Democrats, they sealed a lot of the Republicans' faith as far as them being voted in is when they started the racist narrative. When they started that, I can't remember how it got started. I read it one time and I kind of forgot. But something happened, and that was like that was their goal to go, oh, they're racist. But it's funny how a group that was waving the Confederate flag is now calling the group that was waving the pro-black Federal Union flag. It's funny how they're calling them racist. But that's what mental warfare is. It's called mental warfare. You can't really understand it. All you could do is be educated up on it and then question it. Like, wait a minute, what? But that's the topic for today. Hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks for watching No Joker. This is your host, King Cass. No jokers allowed. Come back again.